Very nice, very nice. Okay, we're going to be changing things up a bit now. We've got Gary, and he's from Kingwood, Texas. And it's actually another Texas. Oh, you love to support the Texans. I love it. It's actually his 41st wedding anniversary tomorrow. So congratulations to Gary there. Congratulations. His philosophy is that profanity demonstrates stupidity and great comedy doesn't need profanity. So, of course, he's going to be doing a bit of comedy for us today. He's been performing comedy his whole life and he enjoys cruising. So let's welcome Gary!
Hello. Oh, my gosh. Hello, Floyd. Hello, Julia. Hey, there's Warner back there with Rochelle. And hi, Mary Ann. Oh, there's Rick and Dave. Nice to see you all. As you know, as I was taught by my lovely wife, we're no strangers in this world. We're all just best friends that have never met before. Now, speaking about wives, when I boarded the ship, I went to the elevator and pressed deck 2. When I went down, I just happened to notice another passenger on board. And she was going to the exact same deck I was going to. Well, she had her bag in her hand because we had to wait till 1 o'clock, of course, to go to our stateroom. And she took the bag and she walked a few steps ahead of me because of my sore knee here. And she opened 2014, opened the door, looked inside. Immediately, she turned around, walked back to the elevator, pressed number 8. And I found out she went right to the Royal Suite. Now that's the best cabin on the ship. It's even better than the captain's, I've been told. Now she walks in there, and it just so happened that Angie was walking by when she was walking in there. And Angie thought, well, this is kind of strange because we were expecting a different person here. And so Angie walked over and said, ma'am, may I please look at your C-Pass card for a moment? And she said, certainly. And she looked at it, and it said that she was supposed to be in stateroom 2014. So she said, ma'am, I believe you're in the wrong stateroom. And she says, it's okay, because I'm blonde, I'm beautiful, and I'm going to Barcelona. Well, she was a little perplexed. So she went and saw Alexander, which is her boss. And Alexander was told what happened, and he said, okay, I'll put on my official hat and my coat, and I'll take care of this situation. I'm in charge anyway, right? So he goes to the stateroom and asks the lady, may I please see your C-Pass card? And the same thing happens to him. No, I want to see your C-Pass card. Okay, it says you're supposed to be down on deck 2. She says, oh, no, it's okay, because I'm blonde, I'm beautiful, and I'm going to Barcelona. Alexander was very perplexed. And sure enough, as he walked out of the stateroom, the captain was walking by, and Julia. And he said, Captain, I've got a problem with one of our guests. They're in the wrong room. In fact, they're in the Royal Suite. And the captain says, well, tell me something about this guest so I can help resolve this problem here. And Alexander says, well, she's a blonde. Alexander said, stop right there. I'm married to a blonde. I know how to speak blonde. I will take care of this right away. So Angie's nearby, Alexander's nearby, and the captain walks into the room, and he whispers into the guest's ear. Psst, 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 psst. Immediately, she grabbed her bag, walked out of the room, got on the elevator, and pressed 2. Now, Angie's very surprised. In fact, Julia's kind of surprised, too, looking at her husband, seeing the results, because, she likes results, right? And so finally, Alexander said, Captain, what did you say to the guest to resolve this? He said, Royal Suite is going to Lisbon. I have to tell you one more thing about my family. I'm originally from Scotland, Clackmannanshire, Scotland, and sometimes people from Scotland and England speak with a bit of a heavy accent. And it's kind of hard to understand, but we all know what a wee loch is. It's a small loch. It's a small body of water. And a wee hug is a wee small hug. Well, one day, my great-grandfather, his name is Thomas, and that's his real name. He was working one day while he was single, and Hannah came by. And Hannah said, how about Saturday, we go to the wee loch and have a wee picnic? And Thomas said, I think that'll be fine. Saturday, have a wee picnic at the loch. So Saturday came, and they get to the picnic, and Hannah's made some fried chicken, some potato salad, some apple pie, and they had a wonderful time at the romantic wee loch there near Clackmannanshire. And after the food was all over with, Hannah leans over to Thomas, kind of whispers in his ear a little bit and says, Thomas, a penny for your thoughts. Thomas thought for a moment and says, well, I've been thinking maybe I can have a wee snuggle. So Hannah blushes and she leans over and gives Thomas a wee snuggle. Some time passes and it's very romantic. Hannah, a second time, leans over to Thomas and says, Thomas, a penny for your thoughts. Thomas looked a little perplexed, but he finally said, well, I've been thinking maybe we could hold hands. So Hannah blushes and reaches over and holds Thomas's hand by the romantic loch that evening. And some more time passes, of course, and a third time, Hannah leans over to Thomas. This time she says the same thing. Thomas, a penny for your thoughts. Well, he began to look a little bit more perplexed, but he answered her. He said, I've been thinking, maybe I could have a wee kiss. So Hannah blushes, leans over and gives Thomas a wee kiss at the loch. Well, some more time, of course, has passed, and all of a sudden, Hannah says, a fourth time, Thomas, a penny for your thoughts? Oh my gosh, Thomas is looking more perplexed than ever. And he says, well, I've been thinking about those 3 pennies that you owe me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And if you ever see a magic $1 bill, I know somebody who has a magic $1 bill. I think it's the captain. Thank you.
Gary, everybody! I like that. So he changed it after meeting the captain, so there you go.